sakuna, panganib at aksidente. Mga bagay na maaaring dumating ng hindi inaasahan. Kaya mahalagang may kaalaman at abilidad sa oras ng kalamidad.
Welcome to another exciting and educational webinar. Ako po si Rodel Liz and I'll be the one facilitating today's webinar. Napakahalaga po ng ating pag-uusapan dahil ito po ay related pa rin sa pandemic na ating pong kinakaharap. Sigurado po ako na marami po kayong matututunan. Makakasama naman natin si Dr. Voltaire Guadalupe. Siya po ang Regional DRRM-H Outcome Manager of the Department of Health para sagutin ang ating mga katanungan. Let's all welcome Dr. Voltaire. Hello, Doc.
I'm glad to be here, and I hope I can help everyone if there are any questions. I hope that this will help in our efforts against the current pandemic.
Siguro maganda na simulan natin sa mga mask na ginagamit natin. Paano po ba yung dapat na pagsusuot ng mask?
Okay. So ang unang-una, for example, if we're using a surgical mask, we avoid touching the outside of the mask. Okay? Mm-hmm. Or we can strive to use hanggat maaari itong mga straps lang na mask ang hawakan natin. Okay? Mapapansin niyo, may dalawang kulay, may white at may blue side yung mask. The blue side goes out, and the white side is the surface that touches your face. Yun ang dumidikit sa ating mukha. Okay? Also, kung tama ang quality ng inyong mask, sa ibabaw, itong parte na to, mayroon siyang very thin wire. Okay? So we wear the mask by holding the straps, pulling both sides over our ears, and then making sure that the bottom part goes under our chin, the top part is placed on the bridge of our nose, and then we press on the wire on the top part so that kumakorte siya sa ating ilong. Okay? Para medyo snug ang fit. Okay? And then makakatulong din siguro, one tip that we learned in the hospitals is that it will help kung susulatan natin ng ating initials. Very small initials dito sa labas, sa outside part, para double purpose. Alam mo kung alin yung outside part ng mask, and hindi kayo magkakapalit-palit ng mask, which would be, of course, disastrous kung magkakapalit-palit tayo ng mask. Sa N95 mask, usually for health workers, ganun din. Meron din siyang wire outside. Okay? And then we can we use both straps, but the straps go over the head. So iba naman to. Usually, wash your hands first, make sure they're clean, and then you cup the N95 mask, pull one strap over your head, and another strap again follows. And again, we push the metallic band so that it fits well with your shape of your face.
Okay. How about yung mga mask naman na nabibili ngayon na yung parang mga tela? Is it also advisable to use?
Well, yung mga tela, they're good for when you go out, when you commute, when you're going out for supplies. But of course, yung mga masks na ginagamit natin na ganon, they are less effective at filtering. Usually, these kinds of masks are polyester, yung synthetic fibers. Okay? They are not as good at filtering, and they also retain the virus longer. Hindi siya ganong kadaling linisin. So we would advise the better material would be cotton. Yun pong high fiber count o yung masinsin ang pagkakadikit-dikit ng mga fibers ng cloth. Okay? Ito yung mga 100% cotton, hindi yung mga synthetic na stretchable or yung spandex. Medyo matagal siyang mag-retain ng germs pagka ganon. Okay? Meron din pala tayo, Bel, na I want to mention also, meron tayong mga mask na nabibili sa hardware, yung may valve. So these valves are also not advised to be used for corona. Okay? Kasi they are one way. Okay? They do protect the wearer, but when the wearer is the one who is infected and he or she exhales, hindi na filter yung palabas na hangin. So, yung mga katabi mo, kung ikaw ay infected and you're wearing that kind of mask, yung may valve dito, at risk pa rin yung mga katabi mo or mga kasama mo.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so I can see on the top with the polka dots, these I assume these are the cloth masks. On the upper right is the surgical masks. The middle left is the mask with a valve, which is the one that is not advisable. In the center is the N95 mask. I don't think we have any official ruling on the copper masks at the department, but we do know for a fact that copper is touted to be a antibacterial metal. So if the filtration of the air is okay, then I have nothing against the copper masks. Okay?
Yeah, and I guess
and yung gas mask yata on the right, I think this would have a at the very least it will protect the wearer. Again, it would depend on if the exhaust or the exhaled air is also filtered. Kasi usually ang mga gas mask, they protect the wearer against poison gases. But hindi nila filter yung outgoing air. It's similar to the valve mask.
Move on tayo sa next question natin. Kapag naman kumakain sa labas, which is actually something na nakikita na natin ngayon, paano ba dapat yung pagtatabi ng mga mask na suot natin?
Okay. Again, dahil pinapayagan na ngayon ang dine-in sa ating mga restaurants with proper social distancing, it's also a good question to ask on how we paano natin itinatabi ang ating mga mask na ginagamit bago tayo kumain. Okay, so like I mentioned, we should, of course, when we take off our masks, tatanggalin natin siya using the straps. Okay? We fold the outside part inside, okay, para hindi siya nakalabas. And then as I showed you, we use the Ziploc bag or brown bag, or we could also hang the mask by its straps para siya ay matuyo at mahanginan. Pero lahat ng ating mga gamit, kasama na ang mask, ay wag ho natin ipapagpag, wag natin ibababa sa mga surfaces na madalas hawakan. Okay, as courtesy and protection din sa ibang tao, pati na rin sa ating sarili, we also cannot put down the mask anywhere. Kasi pag nadikit yung, alam nyo, nakita nyo yung outer part, we folded the outer part so that hindi siya magkakalat ng germs. Pero nakalabas yung inner part. So pag binaba natin yung inner part, yung part na nakadikit sa ating face, sa isang surface na hindi tayo sigurado na maraming umahawak, and then after eating, isuot natin ulit, and then we are putting ourselves at risk. Okay? So again, I advise bringing along a paper bag or a plastic zip bag, and avoid yung linalagay natin siya sa bulsa natin, nilalagay natin yung mask sa ating bag, or putting it down on the table na ginagamit natin. Okay?
Medyo guilty ako sa mga ilan na yan. Pero Doc, eto, meron akong mga nakikita na na pagka kumakain naman, ang ginagawa nila, binababa lang nila sa may leeg part yung mask.
Yeah.
Is it also advisable to do that?
No, actually. Thank you for mentioning it. Kasi the danger of bringing down the mask to your neck area is that the neck area, when you're normally wearing the mask, exposed ang ating neck area. So pwede tayong magkaroon ng mikrobyo or virus or bacteria in our neck area, and then pag inakyat natin, so mahinga din natin yung virus or yung dumi.
Okay, ngayon naman Doc, let's move on tayo sa pagdi-dispose naman ng ng mask, especially yung mga disposable mask natin. How do we properly dispose it?
Well, again, the same procedure. When we take off the mask, usually again we take it off by the straps, and then we fold it so that the outside or dirty part is in. And then, huwag nating ipapagpag, ipasok natin sa isang bag, and then, or paper or plastic bag, and then we can dispose of it. Iingatan din natin kasi para din hindi maput at risk ang ating mga garbage collectors. Okay? Or yung mga kasama natin sa bahay, baka lipa rin yung mask, so we have to secure. Usually in the hospitals, we have contract out garbage disposal for medical waste. So in the home, it would be better kung mag-ingat din tayo para hindi kumalat-kalat yung mga mask natin.
Doc, let's move on naman dun sa isa pang protection, which is the face shield. Pwede bang gamitin ulit yung face shield at paano ba yung tamang pag-disinfect nito?
Usually, we're required when we go out to use face shields such as this. Okay? And it helps us, again, two-way. It protects us, and it also protects those who are around us. When we have finished, at the end of the day, using the face shield, it would help to use a cleanser. Okay, it's either we use soap and water, which is the most common available disinfectant, and tama na po yun. Pwede rin naman po ang ating 70% alcohol spray. Okay, so we can, if we spray, for example, like this, both sides, we can, and then we can reuse it. We have it dry for at least 10 minutes. Okay. It should be wet for at least 10 minutes. Okay. Para sigurado tayo na medyo mamamatay talaga yung virus.
Yan. And gaya nga nang nasabi mo kanina, Doc, na it's really important for us to disinfect our hands by hand washing. And of course, by using alcohol. Yung bang sanitizer is also effective with in fighting against this virus?
Yes. Hand sanitizer and 70% alcohol, particularly the ethyl alcohol, are acceptable substitutes to hand washing.
And pag naman tayo lumalabas tayo, Doc, when we are usually out of in the public, gaano ba dapat kadalas tayo gumamit ng disinfectant or ng mga alcohol and hand sanitizer?
A good advice would be to wash at least every hour.
Aha.
But of course, it's not always possible to have soap and water. At the very least, you should remember to wash when you have been in a public place, when you have touched items or surfaces that are usually frequently touched by other people. For example, mga light switch, door handle, mga ATM buttons, tables, shopping carts, or pag may humawak ka sa ibang tao, halimbawa you shook hands or ikaw ang hinawakan, then please don't forget, before touching anything else, especially your face, your mouth, hands, or eyes, kailangan mag-wash ka ng kamay ulit. So usually mga every hour would be safe, but again, be conscious of what you touch kasi maaring may ibang humawak dun eh.
How about yung mga gloves, Doc? Is it really advisable to wear it as well, especially kung lalabas ka?
There has been a debate about using of gloves. Ngunit sa panahon ngayon, ang advice is it's not required. It's not a standard to use gloves when you are outside, especially since kung COVID ang ating iniisip, hindi naman ingested ang virus. Even if you swallow it, hindi ka mahahawa. Usually the danger is pag nahinga mo yung virus or napunta siya sa nose mo. At I think it would be more practical na tayo, again, bumalik tayo sa paghuhugas ng kamay with soap and water or use of alcohol or alcohol. The good news is that hindi tumatagos sa skin natin. Sa intact skin, hindi tumatagos yung virus. So the gloves are not required to be worn. Or hindi rin siya practical kahit kung marami tayong gloves, hindi pa rin siya practical na gamitin sa labas. Kasi even if you're wearing gloves, you touch a dirty surface and then you touch your face, then you still put yourself at risk of getting infected. So it's the same. We just generate more waste.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Of course, when we go out, we usually do our grocery. Dapat ba dinidisinfect din lahat ng binili nating items?
When we go to the grocery, again, this is a high traffic area. Maraming tao, hindi natin kilala ang mga bumibili ng mga items. I would say that we should avoid touching anything as much as possible when we go out. But of course, when we go to the grocery, we are forced to handle yung mga items, cans or vegetables or fruits and packages. So, it's good to know that there are certain, that it's good to reassure ourselves by disinfecting yung mga items na binibili natin. So when we go to the groceries, again, touch as little as possible. Usually, ang advice dyan is pag hinawakan mo, kunin mo na. Huwag mo nang hawakan ng lahat ng prutas dun sa store para makapamili ng gusto, pindot-pindutin pa. So, mas maganda na one touch and then buy it na. Okay? There is a low likelihood of getting infected with coronavirus through food. But again, we should clean fruits and vegetables before eating, cutting, or cooking them. Pero yung mga fruits, vegetables na hinahawakan natin, hindi naman natin pwedeng sabunin ng tubig yan. Hindi natin pwedeng i-disinfect na alcohol or soap. So we just use cold running water. Okay? So yung from the faucet, banlawan lang natin ng tubig na maligamgam. Okay? Even if you don't plan to eat the peel, kahit hindi natin kinakain halimbawa yung balat ng saging, maganda pa rin na hugasan natin yung lahat ng mga fruits or vegetables. Kasi minsan pag hinihiwa natin yung fruits, ay pumapasok din yung virus or yung germs sa loob. Again, normal cooking temperature will kill the coronavirus. And siguro we clean the packaging. Coronavirus has been found to survive for 3 days sa plastic and for 1 day sa cardboard.
Ayan, okay. How about yung mga pera naman, Doc? Do we need to disinfect it as well?
Yeah. Ang mga coins at saka mga paper money natin, alam naman natin that they will last years and years. At during the lifetime of these coins or paper money, marami ang hawak sa kanila. So, of course, it will be useful na i-disinfect natin yung ating mga pera na hinahawakan, or better yet, gumamit na lang tayo ng cashless transaction kung pwede, kung maaari. So ang disinfection usually is the most common way that we disinfect paper and metal is again yung either bleach solution or alcohol na 70% isopropyl.
Let's move on naman, Doc. Of course, gaano ba ka-importante naman pagka, of course, lalabas tayo, gaano ka-importante na dapat maligo tayo pagdating sa bahay?
Ito, very standard question to, lalo na para sa mga frontliners. But everyone would benefit from protecting their family, yung mga kasama sa bahay. And yes, I do advise that if you go out, it would be better that when you get home, hindi lang yung paliligo eh. We usually, at the front of the house, we dedicate a low traffic area, yung hindi masyadong dinadaanan ng mga tao, and yun ang gagawin mong disinfection area. Pwedeng garahe, pwedeng laundry room, pwedeng yung sa tabi ng front door, and then doon po tayo mag-disinfect. So doon natin sisimulan. Pwede natin tanggalin yung mga gamit natin na dirty laundry halimbawa, maglagay tayo ng kurtina doon at saka hamper, and then doon natin ilagay ang ating outside clothes for the outside use. Again, tandaan natin, huwag mo natin ipapagpag ang ating mga maduduming damit. Yung ating hamper o lalagyan ng maduming damit, pwede nating lagyan ng disposable na liner na dinidisinfect natin frequently. It would be better if we separate our work clothes from our house clothes. And then when we do get home, pati ang ating footwear, tanggalin na natin sa labas ng bahay. Pwede natin sprayan ng chlorine o yung mga tipong Lysol, disinfectant. And then we do have to take a shower as soon as we get home. Bago tayo dumikit, humawak sa mga kasama natin sa bahay or even sa furniture or other items. Again, we clean every surface. Kahit yung ating mga, for example, watch, ang ating mga gadgets, jewelry, necklace, as much as possible, we don't use it. But if we do use it, we have a different set for the home and for outside use. Okay? So, yeah, we have to be conscious of everything that we touch and use outside and inside the home.
You talk about the bleach, Doc. Paano ba yung tamang paggawa ng bleach solution naman for disinfectant?
Okay. Well, there are several ways to make bleach, but the most practical would be yung paggamit natin ng commercial bleach na nabibili sa grocery. Usually ito ay mga 5 to 10% sodium hypochlorite. Yung ating ginagamit na, for example, yung mga brand name na, pwede ba mag-mention ng brand name or hindi?
Okay lang, Doc.
Either Clorox or Lysol, Domex, okay? Hindi po ako tumatanggap ng bayad for that. But we can dilute pag madumi talaga, if we are health workers and we are trying to disinfect items na, for example, yung hospital gowns, scrub suits, pwede yung 1:10 dilution. Okay? Pero pagka yung punas lang sa mga surfaces, tables, sa mga elevator buttons, sa light switches, pwedeng 1:100 dilution. Okay, so lang yan. We measure usually with a small cup. 1 ml is to 10 ml. Or 1 ml, dilute it with 9 ml water to make a 1:10 dilution of bleach.
Ayan. Okay, yung bleach na yan, Doc, pwede niyang gamitin anywhere or whatever surface it is. Pwede rin sa damit, pwede rin sa gamit sa bahay and other stuff.
Usually the 1:10 or 1:9 dilution is used for yung madudumi talaga na mga surfaces na with dirt or yung blood or mga sipon, mga dumi ng tao, mas preferred yung ganun mataas na dilution. Yung for common surfaces lang, yung tabletop, yun ay 1:99 dilution ang ginagamit natin ng commercial bleach. So then I'd like to add, yung bleach pala, we have to use it within 24 hours kasi medyo nawawalan siya ng bisa pag lumampas na ng isang araw ang pagtimpla natin. And then contact time for the bleach is about 1 minute na dapat basa yung surface para effective ang kanyang pag-disinfect. We also have to keep in mind that we avoid yung inhaling the fumes ng ating bleach kasi masama yan for our health.
Yan. Any last few words or messages, Doc, for our viewers?
Yes. Well, again, I'd like to thank everyone for listening, for tuning in. We do have this duty to spread correct knowledge at every opportunity. Siguro ang gusto ko lang sabihin to everyone during this times of pandemic is we should remember to keep calm, to cooperate, and to carry on. We need to understand everything that we are facing, including this crisis, worldwide crisis that we are facing. And once we understand and we know how to respond, we have nothing to fear. So we move on, and the new normal has opportunity to make us all better. Thank you.
Maraming salamat again, Doc. And of course, that's the end of our special Lifesaver webinar for today. And I hope you learn a lot, and we'll keep in mind all the things that we learned so that we and our family can stay COVID-free during this pandemic.